Well, it's fascinating to me on how people are. It's actually quite a thought exercise and now a practical exercise in how you run business continuity operations,
Hmm.
and not just yourself, but then you're helping other customers that are in business continuity operations mode.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's really it's really interesting. So we actually, we have a very good business continuity plan, and about 6 weeks ago, we actually were sending representatives of different departments to work from home
Okay.
in their job role to see if their role had any gaps of being able to perform their job function remotely.
Now,
And
is there anything that you have found, Tom, in doing this that you're really glad you had thought through ahead of time that now you're like, okay, that makes sense that we would test that earlier?
yeah, so well, there's two pieces of that question, or there's two. I have two pieces of that answer.
Okay.
One is we made a strategic decision as the IT leadership in 2014 to move to the cloud.
Mm,
So we just recently wrapped up 6 years later our last piece of technology that is cloud based. Now we do have server virtual server environments that are within our offices that are accessible through very secure VPN that allows us to do some of our job functions. But the rest of it that is non-critical is we've placed it up in the cloud.
okay.
Um, so that migration, which, if someone's going through this now and this has just happened over the last 90 days, it's probably not viable.
Yeah.
But we made a conscious decision about 5 6 years ago because we're such a remote organization to be able to do that. The other thing is we had an event that occurred last fall that exposed to us that we had a hole in our disaster recovery planning.
Okay.
Um, so through a process that we use internally, some people call it root cause analysis. I don't call it that. We use an Army technique, which is called and you may be familiar with it, Bill. It's called the after action review.
No, I
Um,
haven't heard that.
yeah, so we use that invasively in our business to look at situations where something has occurred and we think it should have occurred in a different manner. So it's a non-judgmental analysis of a situation to decide what was the real state, what was the real outcome that you expected to have, and then we had to make some infrastructure changes because of that, and those actually landed right at the end of January. So that put us
Okay.
in a position, that I feel very comfortable. I was actually asked pointedly yesterday by our strategic advisory board, what impact is this having on our department, the IT department, taking our entire population remote? And I said we saw an increase of 3 calls.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's fantastic. That's great. And that's called the after action review.
After action review, and it's an Army technique. It's been in use for over 50 years.